Welcome back to the channel. I'm Manny Pacquiao. Now, look, I was gonna go live and do this show live, but I want to do a format, and I realized that YouTube is just not pushing on my channel in the last week and a half again. So, one, it doesn't prioritize my lives, and two, it's just if it doesn't prioritize my lives and me doing stories on there, it's not gonna get much traction. So blah 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 blah. But I will do eventually a live show. It's just that I kind of want to have a format, and I'm going to try it out here today a little bit, and I'll tweak it along the way. We're going to have multiple stories, and then I'll probably clip out of those stories. So, mientras tanto, yo voy a hacer este programa en vivo, o lo iba a hacer en vivo, pero me di de cuenta que YouTube no ha soltado mis videos en la última semana y media, y entonces también poco los lives míos lo empujan. So, si hago un live con muchos, ¿cómo te digo? Muchas noticias, ¿sabes? 2 o 3 noticias adentro, nadie lo va a ver, como quien dice. Entonces, pero como quiero va a ser uno, pero quiero tener como una estructura al live, al programa. Entonces, después de ahí lo puedo sacar. Si lo voy a hacer, si no lo sueltan a mucha gente, pues entonces por lo menos puedo sacar clips de ahí y hacer el video de ese live. But anyway, let's get down to it. We're going to talk about some stuff today. We're going to talk about Lamont Roach. We're going to talk about Manny Pacquiao. We're going to talk about Ryan Garcia. But first, if you're new here, thank you for stopping in and choosing this video. And if you're an older subscriber, thank you for the continued support. I really appreciate it. Now, I have some notes here. So, again, I'm going to be looking up and down a little bit. So don't be alarmed, tengo notas aquí para que no me pierda el camino. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, right? It's a lot of stuff going on. But we're going to keep it light. So vamos a hablar de Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, let's get into Ryan Garcia. Now, Ryan Garcia recently was on a podcast, Showbiz the Adult, and he said a couple of things there. And one of the things that he said on that podcast, we're going to take a look at real quick, right? We're going to take a look at it.
Next for Ryan Garcia.
So, we're going to pause it right there. Vamos a dar un pausa ahí, en ligerito. So, en este podcast, él dijo unas cuantas cositas, pero una cosa más interesante que dijo fue que quería enfrentarse y vamos a dejarlo ahí, y le voy a decir, he mentioned he wanted to fight somebody, and we're going to leave it right there. Who did he want to fight? Let's take a listen.
I have not said this publicly at all, but I'm going to say it. I want Mario Barrios. That's
yeah. Hey, you think that can happen?
I'm gonna go for it. Shit.
Yeah.
If he wanted to make some good money, let's go run it.
Yeah. Now that is perfect, because then you can get a title, and then you can leverage that into.
And then I can leverage to be like, all right, Rose, if you got that, or Manny, because if Manny beats him, then obviously I got to fight him to unify right. Or whatever.
And whatever happened to Brian Norman,
I don't even know how the bout stuff work. I don't even know how this work. But
yeah. Yeah.
So, ellos están hablando sobre qué quiere a Mario Barrios próximamente, o sea, la próxima pelea. Y dice, si Mario quiere hacer dinero, eso es lo que yo sé hablar. Yo sé hacer dinero. Y tiene razón. He's very right when he says that about Mario Barrios. If he wants to make money, come on and fight me. And aside from Manny Pacquiao, the only big money fight he has, like big money, would be Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia would be the one that he would have to fight. Y hace senso común para Ryan Garcia. Y me siento mal para Mario Barrios porque todo el mundo le coge como el más fácil. Everybody thinks he's the easiest fighter to get a chip from. And I feel bad for him. Like everybody wants to fight him. But it's kind of working in his favor, right? Because Manny Pacquiao chose him because, let's be honest, he Puerto Rico win, and he did beat him. He got a draw, but he did beat him. And now he's going to get another pay. And that was a big payday for him. And now another big payday, possibly, maybe bigger, maybe not, but maybe along the same lines, Ryan Garcia. So, me siento mal porque todo el mundo cree que él es fácil. Entonces, Manny Pacquiao lo escogió porque él pensaba que ese era uno de los campeones que él podía ganarle y regresar para atrás para ganarle, y le ganó. Le dieron un empate, pero le ganó. Y ahora Ryan Garcia dice también lo mismo. Yo ya quiero pelear con él porque él es básicamente fácil. Y ya están hablando en esta entrevista como si ya lo hubiera ganado esa pelea. Y va a usar el título para hacer negociaciones con otros negocios con otros campeones para unificar. So he wants to use, he's already talking like he got it, and I just find it funny, because he's already saying, I could use it as a bargaining chip. So that's funny. I think that fight happens. Yo creo que esa pelea sale. I think it comes out to be about, because like I said, what is Mario Barrios going to do? who is he gonna fight? No other champion's gonna really fight him right now. They're all tied up. Todos los campeones tienen algo que hacer o tienen una pelea más grande a frente que si no lo van a hacer ahora están esperando para que el contrato baje. Even if they don't have anything signed right now, they got things down the pike that they might want to sign up for, and they're not gonna want to like go with Mario Barrios for less a payday and unify. Now they might, if they just want to have a unified champion, to then go and do the next guy, and challenge the next guy. But in any event, I think this fight happens. I think Mario Barrios goes with, either he's been contacted or there's been some sort of whispers, and I think that fight happens. Yo creo que esa pelea sucede con Mario. Y es una buena pelea, yo creo, para Ryan. Yo creo que es una pelea perfecta y creo que saca el título de la CMB en este favor contra Mario Barrios. But I think he does beat Mario Barrios. I think he beats him. I think he knocks him out. Yo creo que lo noquea. Y si era verdad que él tenía una herida, porque él habló sobre eso, que tenía una herida en la mano y por eso no pudo tirar muy duro tantas veces contra Rolly. If that's the case, if that's true, that he was hurt, then, it comes to be, well, then if that's true, then, who knows? Maybe that's what he needs, and if that was at all true, then he beats Mario Barrios easy. Anyway, that's my opinion. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know in the comments down below. And let's move on to the next video. We're going to talk about now a funny one. We're going to talk about Rolly Romero. Speaking about Rolly versus Manny Pacquiao. Let's talk about that and how that fight is not really going to happen in November like people thought it would. And it's being reported, but let's get to it. So here's the thing. So Rolly Romero, you guys have known for a while now that they've been rumoring him and Manny Pacquiao, and it's been a thing. They've been connected since 5 months ago. Rolly has been on video saying, I want Manny Pacquiao. Now he's been connected to Manny Pacquiao, but the reporting has been that it'll be in November and it'll be on the same card as his son, Manny Jr., and I got receipts that that's not happening. It's not gonna be on the same card as Manny Jr. That's a whole separate situation. They're not thinking about Manny and Rolly till January, end of January, possibly. Now, how do I know? Well, let's talk about the guy who actually, works with Manny, and let's take a listen and what he had to say about what really is happening with Manny Pacquiao and his son. And all that comes with that. So let's take a quick look at that. Let's go here. All right, hold on. Let me hit interact. All right, let's go.
Manny Pacquiao, man, you guys have a promotional company coming up with what broadcasting company or what channel?
So
and what's it all about?
Yeah, right now, Manny's always wanted to do a little company to help fighters he has, sign other fighters. So on November 29th at the Chonga Resort and Casino. I'm going to do our first show there on ESPN Knockout, ESPN Deportes. Got a tremendous main event.
So ESPN still has boxing dates on the books, just not on the American side.
WBO International fight with Lorenzo Parra, Elijah Pierce. We have Jimwell Pacquiao, Manny's son making a debut. So the idea.
See, when that comes up, that's when it's been reported that it's Manny and his son together in the same card, and it's not. It's going to be Manny later. Jim Manuel is going to be the first one on that promotional company side, and ESPN Boxeo, and then internationally, what he said, I believe. And then you're going to hear about when the Rolly whole situation happens.
It's in this day and age, in this market, we're trying to create boxing for the U.S. Fans, because so much of it is just all over the place. It's very tricky right now.
Yeah, and how about Manny Pacquiao and Rolly Romero?
Here we go.
Is that happening?
Well, that's been out there. There's no.
So he's asking. He's talking about like it's a rumor, but listen to this.
No, I'm not denying it. It's there, and that's the idea. Absolutely.
They confirmed.
What possible date are we looking for that?
Confirmado.
January.
Into January.
Manny said he wants to come back with like the 24th, 31st, right in there.
Is that possibly going to be one of the first shows on that big TV
No, it'd still be on Amazon Prime.
It'd be on Amazon.
So ahí lo tienen. Jim Manuel va a ser en noviembre con la nueva compañía de promoción de Manny Pacquiao. Él va a ser posiblemente la pelea estelar, quién sabe. Lo dudo, pero va a estar ahí, no con el papá. So he's not going to be with Manny on the card together. That's in November. That's his new promotional company. In January 20, on January 24th or the 31st is what they're looking for Rolly Romero, which makes sense because Manny's an older guy. He needs a lot of time in between to just get his body back in shape, but not too much time where he has to get back into it all over again, right? So January will probably be the perfect time for Manny. So ahí lo tienen. Manny Pacquiao va a regresar el 31 o el 24 de enero contra Rolly Romero, al menos que algo suceda de entre ahí, desde hoy y hasta ese día, pues entre ese día que maybe Rolly no quiere el dinero, quiere más, o Manny quiera más dinero, lo que sea. You know, something might break down from here. It could honestly happen. But right now, this man, being Manny Pacquiao's partner, is saying, yes, that fight is probably going to happen by January 24th or 31st. So there we have it. So it's not going to be father-son, you know, on the same card. It's going to be much later. And it's not going to be on Manny Pacquiao's new promotional company. He still has that contract with PBC. So he has to, on Prime, so he has to fulfill that. And whenever that gets, you know, that happens, then that'll be, you know, he'll probably move on to his promotional company and try to build that up and you know, and help that along. Maybe if he beats Rolly, he'll probably then defend his title in his own promotional company. But let me know, what do you think about this whole situation? Manny's new promotional company and his son being on it, and then him fighting Rolly in January of 2026. Let me know in the comments down below, and we're gonna roll on to the next, you know, and we're gonna roll on to the next story. We're gonna talk about now the next one, Lamont Roach versus Subriel Matías. He called him out. We're gonna talk about that right now. But first, listen. Guys, do you remember? Well, let me show you something right quick. Let me show you this. Oh my God! Listen. Did anybody see this? Did anybody get to see this? This was the most horrific. He turned him into Porky Pig. He turned him into oh my God, into a whole different human being. This is why I don't watch bare knuckle fighting, bro. Bare knuckle, people are like, why you don't watch bare knuckle? Bro, why don't I watch bare knuckle? This is why I don't watch bare knuckle. Look at, he turned him into a Kazakhstan fighter. And look at the ref. So this happens, right? Bang, right? He goes down. The ref doesn't look at him, tries to pick up. He's like staring at everybody. Never looks at the guy. He keeps counting. And he's telling him, bro, I can't breathe. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. Oh, that's why I don't watch. That's why I don't watch bare knuckle. I can't watch bare knuckle. That for that main reason. It's just too much for me. Es demasiado para mí. Él le cambió la raza, lo puso como de Kazajstán, lo volvió chino. Yo no quiero, no. Like, for me, that's it, it's over. Yo estoy ya fuera de ahí. No, yo me retiro. Sí, yo no quiero ver ni un guantecito guindando de un carro. I don't want to see the gloves hanging from the rear view mirror. No, I'm done, bro. I'm done. Anyway, let's talk about Lamont Roach fighting Pitbull Cruz. Okay, so he's fighting Pitbull Cruz at 140 for the interim WBC title. Don't know what is an interim, but it's an interim. So va a pelear contra Pitbull Cruz para el interino de la CMB. Okay, cool. Not cool, but cool. Whatever. In that, he had an interview in a press conference where he said, you know, what his plans are. Now, I don't know how realistic this might be, but he wants to fight Shakur at 135, and if the fights open up, he will want to fight guys at 140. So, entonces, quiere todavía pelear contra Shakur Stevenson, pero quiere también enfrentarse a la gente de 140, los boxeadores de 140 libras. Pero no sé qué seriamente él está cogiendo bajar para atrás para 135 porque es bien peligroso. That's very dangerous to go back down to 135. Like play with a weight like that, going from 130, 135, and 140. I still think he's the 130 champion. Creo que todavía tiene la faja en 130. So imagínate, él es 130 campeón peleando 140 horas y quiere bajar para atrás para 135. Si él captura el interino en 140, baja para 135 y vamos a decir que le gana a Shakur Stevenson y coge la 135, muchachos, bueno, eso es algo que definitivamente me hace cosquilla. You know, it would be very interesting if he can do something like be a champion at 130, go capture 140 interim, and then go 135. And let's say if he beats Shakur Stevenson, diablo, puñeta. If he beats Shakur Stevenson, that would be. Listen, but let's see what he actually had to say. Vamos a ver lo que él actualmente dijo.
They make a great statement. I mean, obviously they'll be looking at me like, you know, like a great statement. I mean, obviously they'll be looking at me like, you know, like, oh, he's a smaller guy coming up, so they might be eager to fight me. But you know, if I win this fight December 6th, and when I win, I'll be in line for the WBC champion and Subriel Matías, and the other champions will be looking at me as if, like, you know, hey, maybe we can fight Lamont Roach if we don't have anything lined up. And that's exactly what I want to do. I want to be here to give you guys the best fights, and I want to prove that I'm the best. I'm one of the best fighters in the world for sure.
Yo me siento mal por Puello. Yo creo que si Lamont Roach le gana a Pitbull Cruz y le gana fácil, yo creo que le pagarían a Puello para que se echara para el lado. Porque yo creo que él está hablando en serio. Y decir, porque él podría decir, ok, cojo el interino campeonato y después voy a bajarlo otra vez. Él lo ha dicho antes, pero en esta entrevista, él no lo dijo. Él dijo que el primer nombre, porque si la CMB es el interino, entonces él estaba peleando por la CMB. Ok, Subriel Matías. Él no dijo que voy a capturar el interino y voy a bajar para el 135. He said, I'm going to capture the 135 interim, and 140 interim, and I'm going to go back down to 135 and get Shakur Stevenson. Then I'm going to come back up and fight whomever. No, he went, if I capture that title, I'm in line for Subriel's title. So he's serious about Subriel's title. Like and listen, if I'd rather 110 times see Lamont Roach versus Subriel Matías en Puello. Yo prefiero ver 100 veces encima Lamont Roach contra Subriel Matías que Subriel Matías contra Puello. Porque yo creo que Lamont Roach va a tratar de ganarle de una manera definitiva a Subriel y va a hacerle una pelea buena. I think he will really try to beat Subriel Matías. I don't think he'll fight him like Puello did. I think he'll really try to fight him with intellect and you know and cuteness and defense. He doesn't have a clincher, ¿sabe? Lamont Roach no es uno que aguanta todo el tiempo en el clinch. So, él es bien como bien valoroso. Entonces, he's very slippery. So, I think it'll be a great fight. It'll be a great fight. Matías con presión, Lamont Roach counterpunching, ¿sabe? Listen, that'll be a great fight. I'd rather see that fight 110 times more than anything Puello has to going on. So I hope that, you know, they work something out and just say, bro, listen, I'll pay you something. But, you know, I don't want to fight. Yo no quiero ver una revancha con Puello. Yo no quiero ver esa pelea, por favor. Algo tiene que suceder. I don't know what has to happen, but I don't want to see that fight. But anyway, I just thought that this was interesting that he was straight out. He said his name. Él dijo el nombre de él. Él lo dijo claramente. Y él también está contando con el tamaño de él, diciendo que la gente van a ver, oh, él es pequeño, tiene el interino, o lo que sea. Maybe si vamos a enfrentarnos con él. Si no tienen una pelea, ok, habla con Lamont Roach. So he's banking on being small and looking at it as being small. So if other champions they can do that, they would fight him. So, I mean, he's saying all the right things. Está haciendo toda la cosa que correcta. Para mí, eso es algo que yo quiero ver. But anyway, let me know what do you think about this situation, about Lamont Roach mentioning Subriel Matías outright as a possibility if he wins the interim championship. Let me know, comment below. And guys, I'll see you in the next video, and I'm out. Peace.